Hello everyone. How are you all doing? How's your preparation going? Okay, I can see so many comments. Good, overwhelmed, bad, disaster. Okay, a lot of tension. Thank you so much for sharing how everything is going. Yeah, it is very overwhelming. It can be quite disastrous as well. It is a roller coaster ride, like somebody said. We completely get that. We have been on the other side of the screen literally just a year ago, so it is a very vulnerable time, right? By the way, while everyone joins in, you can scan the QR code, and these are our WhatsApp and Telegram handles. It's just so that you're updated on everything related to us. Yes, we can start in just 1 or 2 minutes. Yes, we will be sharing our LinkedIn profiles as well. Let me invite my peer to take over from here, and we'll be starting the session.
So good evening, everyone. Hello, aspirants. How are all of you doing today? Hope you all of are enjoying the cricket match between India and Pakistan. Sorry to disturb you, but I assure you, it'll not be more than 1 hour. So let's start. Welcome to Ask Us Anything about SIBM Pune, a collaboration between Elite Script and SIBM Pune. I am Shuddha Shattu Chaudhary, and I'm a part of the Aspirant Relations team of SIBM Pune. Think of today's session as a backstage pass to SIBM Pune, where no question is off limits. We are here to answer all your doubts about SIBM Pune, life at a B school, snap preparation, and so on and so forth. We'll try to keep the session as interactive and engaging as possible. After all, this is not a one-way conversation. So I request all of you to raise your hands, unmute yourself, and ask your relevant questions. You can also use the chat box for answering questions and asking us more and more questions. We'll solve all of them. I assure you that. Before we begin the session, let me introduce myself and my team. My name is Shuddha Shattu Chaudhary. I come from a very humble and middle-class Bengali family. I have done my BTech IT from IEM Kolkata, where I have been the departmental topper in information technology. I'm a sports person by heart with an immense love for cricket, swimming, and marathons. I'm also interested in geopolitics, national politics, and storytelling. I have always valued hard work, passion, and courage in my journey throughout. Currently, I'm in my first year of MBA and I'm specializing in marketing. That's a little bit about myself. Let me now introduce my co-host Pooja. Pooja, you can take further.
Hello, everyone. So, I've already spoken to you a little bit. I'm Pooja R. I'm from Kerala and I'm settled in Bangalore. So, I'll talk to you a little bit about my career. I would say it's a pretty diverse career so far. I've done my undergraduation in BTech, Computer Science and Engineering. Right after that, I worked for 2 years as a business technology analyst at Deloitte, US, India. I have also done my master's in psychology from Christ University, and I graduated as a university level first rank holder. I'm a practicing counseling psychologist. I have around 4,000 plus hours of counseling experience so far. Apart from that, I love dancing, watching series and movies, journaling, collecting stationery items, and so on and so forth. So let me welcome Athar to take over.
Hello, aspirants. I'm Atharvarya. I'm from Chandigarh, the city beautiful. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I have done my undergraduation in mechanical engineering, post which I have a gap of 3 years. And I know some of you might have questions regarding gap in education for B school interviews and everything. So you can ask those type of questions too. Talking about me, I love doing meditation, yoga, fitness. These are the areas which I explore a lot. Let's now know a little bit about Muskan.
Hi everyone, I am Muskan Dhiman and I am from Himachal Pradesh. I pursued my undergraduation in BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from NIT Hamirpur. Then I got placed on campus and I worked at an IT firm for almost 4 years as a software engineer. So something about me, I love music. I also love solo traveling, and I'm also a level 1 certified yoga instructor. In my free time, I like to try out new things, whether it's as small as reading a new book or trying my hands at pottery. So this is a bit about me. Now I would like to invite Mansa to introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. I am Mansa Gumma. I'm an electronics and communication engineer by graduation and a creative content writer by passion. I originally belong to Andhra Pradesh, but have been born and brought up in Odisha and Maharashtra. Thus, I have a mix of cultural influence in my upbringing. I have worked as a programmer and this trainee in Cognizant Technology Solutions for 8 months. Post that, I switched and I joined Veolia, which is a France-based resource management company, and I worked there as an executive in internal communications department. My major stress busters are books. I love reading every fiction that is thriller and fiction. Now, without further ado, let's begin the session. I already see a lot of questions pouring in, so we'll try to answer as many as possible.
So yes, we can see a lot of questions pouring in. We can also see a few hands raised. If you want, you can unmute and speak as well. Okay, one question that I see is it more beneficial to be from engineering background? Not at all. That is not at all the case, right? Because at SIBM Pune, what we have seen is that there is actually a very healthy mix of different backgrounds. There are engineers, literature students, psychology students, lawyers, BCom students, BBA. So it's basically a very, diverse crowd that we have here. So there is no additional benefit at all based on your profile or background. Okay, I can also see a question about gap year. I believe that Athar will be the perfect person to take over.
Yeah, so Aditi asked about how do you justify a drop year, and I can confidently say that gap year does not matter as long as you can justify it properly. So having a 3 years gap is something which can be a problem for some people if they think it that way. But if you're able to justify what were you doing in those 3 years, like if you have a gap of 1 year or 2 years, what were you doing in that time? Were you working on yourself? Were you developing your skills? If you can highlight those kind of things that you were working on yourself, like for example, if I can say I developed interpersonal skills, I improved my knowledge, I was studying something, I was doing something. For example, in my case, I used to take meditation courses online, so I explored that area, and through that I justified my gap, and it worked for me. And it might be different for each and every person. You just identify what were you doing in those 3 years, and it can be anything. You were preparing for some exam, you were like studying something, it can be anything. You just have to highlight what qualities you gained through that experience and how that quality can be helpful in corporate world. Just that.
I can see a question from Tanisha. How rigorous is the curriculum? So in this case, the curriculum is both theoretical and practical. When you are coming to an MBA course, you have to be ready to take part in different competitions, industrial relationships, and practicing in the industrial context, rather than staying in the classes and reading to the faculty only. So it's not like everything is theoretical. Practical exposure adds a lot when you are preparing for a corporate world. So it's not rigor. You have to enjoy the process and learn holistically.
Okay, I can see a question about are we supposed to choose an MBA specialization? So regarding specialization, something in which SIBM Pune stands apart is that we choose our specialization in the first year of our course itself. But of course, we get ample amount of time to choose, right? We get a lot of guidance in that area. We get one-on-one counseling, we get psychometric tests. We talk to a lot of alum, industry leaders, seniors, and so on and so forth, and we get a good picture before we choose a specialization. So another thing that I would highlight here is that we have one of our events coming up, which we'll talk about at the end of the session, wherein we'll be talking in a lot of detail about different specializations, what are the opportunities that that are present, and I believe that this might help you, Ishika. And even for the question about the gap year and profile, right? I can see a lot of questions related to profile. So if you attend the session that is coming up, there is a specific session for profile building as well. So you can stay tuned for that.
Yes, Sahil is asking a question that finance of SIBM Pune, the specialization finance. So I can say that even though in SIBM Pune, some people believe these kind of things that SIBM is good for marketing or HR, but the fact is, even for finance and operations, there are a lot of opportunities. And when it comes to finance, we are having an event next as we talked, and we are having a session called a specialization fair. where we will talk a little bit of specializations. So you can get to know more about finance there. But apart from that, what I can confidently tell you is that finance is not a weak area of SIBM Pune. The course offered here is really good. So if you're interested in finance, you can definitely try for SIBM.
I can see a question over here by Chirayush that he is not an engineer. So I believe, Chirayush, that a non-engineer has equal opportunities to crack SNAP examination. You need to properly strategize your preparation. That's really important. There are 3 sections: verbal, points, and logical reasoning. So make sure if you have not practiced points for quite a few years now, you definitely practice that properly along with LR section. And make sure that the weaker topics are practiced properly, analyze them properly during the mock sessions. And if your verbal is your strength, make sure that you maximize that as well, because in SNAP examination you can navigate between sections and there is no sectional cutoff. So you have to maximize your strength, but at the same time you need to make sure that the quants and LR is looked after properly. So practice those as well.
I can see a question here from Yashvi Rai. Is there a sure shot recipe to get into SIBM? It's my dream college. Let me share you my sure shot recipe. It is dedication. It's the only thing that can help you if it is your dream college. Get your basics right, practice mocks, and give your 100%. Don't aim for some cutoffs or
So I can see a question, an aspirant is asking ideal months needed to crack SNAP. So this is a very subjective question because it depends on your level of preparation, how much comfortable you are in the quant section, in the logical reasoning section, in the verbal section. So all of that depends on how much you're able to, you have, whatever you have prepared before you have started your SNAP preparation. So I wouldn't say that you can crack SNAP in 2 months or 3 months. It totally depends on your preparation. And just keep giving mocks, just keep analyzing, and I think that will be the way to go.
I can see a question regarding work experience. Is work experience preferred during admissions? Again, absolutely not. That there are freshers, people who have work experience, students, right? So basically, there is a very diverse crowd. Again, just like your past undergraduation degree, your work experience also does not matter. There is no preference as such. It's all about what you bring to the table, what you have to add, how you perform in your SNAP and your GEPI. That's what matters the most.
I can see a question that whether a college fresher can crack the SNAP examination or not. See, I have done it myself, so I can vouch for it that it is definitely possible. You just need to strategize properly and make sure that your concepts, your basics are clear right from the beginning. Make sure that you practice properly. Don't devote too much time for a day, but make sure you're consistent. You're practicing it regularly, whether it's verbal, whether it's quant. You need to keep that practice right up to the SNAP examination. And analyzing the mocks is really important. Every mock, you may give just 10 mocks or 5 mocks even, but make sure you analyze them properly. And any fresher, even the experienced ones with gap years, can crack this examination, definitely.
I can see a question here. I did job in customer care, so any issue regarding this? Your work background will not be an issue because I myself, I come from internal communication. And before that, I have done my job in software. So Snap and clearing Snap and cracking the GE work is something that depends on your dedication, your excellence in performing in the group exercise, and your personal interview performance. So your background work experience will actually add on to it because you can use that knowledge somewhere in your GE or personal interview to put up good points.
See a question regarding how to prepare for SNAP language part, and someone is saying that it's not possible to cover all synonyms or meaning of each and every word. So how to prepare for it? See, the basic thing is if you start reading newspaper, the editorial part at least, you will cover the language part, like a lot of it, because there you find good words, you will find a proper usage of words. So reading newspaper is one thing which has helped me a lot. So I used to read editorials of all the top newspapers in India. I used to read them daily and as regularly as possible so that I can cover that language part. See, it is very true that you cannot memorize each and every meaning of each and every word. That's really not possible. And you cannot memorize synonyms and all. But when you keep reading it in newspapers, in editorials, you will get an idea of what a word means and you can apply that knowledge in exams.
So I would just like to add on to what Athar said about preparing for the language part. So there are various vocabulary apps that you can use to kind of make your preparation for vocabulary more interesting. So that is also one thing that you can do to prepare for the vocabulary part in the SNAP exam that is very often asked as per the past patterns.
I can see one question which Arpita has asked. How is life at SIBM Pune? So All I can say is life in SIBM Pune is wonderful. It's a student-driven campus, as you all must be knowing. It has 9 councils, 6 SIGs, the special interest groups for HR, marketing, consulting, broadband, as well as operations. So you get plenty of opportunities to upskill yourself. At the same time, you have sports facilities over here. You have a mess, and it is located at the hilltop. So it's wonderful to be a part of this. So it's wonderful to be a part of this Hilltop campus. All I can say is just give your best. It's a small group over here of 180 people. Just come over here and enjoy your life for the next 2 years.
Okay, I can see a question from Pratik. Your graduation is in a different field as compared to your work experience. Would there be any issue compared to that? Absolutely not. Right. So all of us have traveled a very different path to reach where we are today. If you look at my background itself, I've done my engineering. I have work experience in engineering. I've done psychology. I still have work experience in psychology. So it's a very mixed bag, right? So your work experience, the field in which you have entered, that really does not matter. But you need to be clear about the reasons why you took your graduation in a particular field. Why did you work in a different field? Because these are also questions that may come up during your interview or even in future interviews, right? So as long as you're clear about the reasons why you took a particular field or why you why you chose a particular degree, it will be all right.
I see a question from Rahul. Are placement package trustworthy at SIBM Pune, the ones which are shown at official website? So the one thing about SIBM Pune is that the placement reports which you see on our website, they are all audited by the third party sources. So what happens that whenever we are publishing any placement reports, you can trust them fully because obviously they are audited. And when it comes to different colleges, many people are publishing placement reports. Some are audited, some are not audited. You can trust the audited ones. So with regard to SIBM Pune, you can totally trust that those which are published on our website.
I can see a question. How is operations in SIBM? So you can believe on me because I am from operations management in SIBM, an absolutely wonderful specialization on the campus because we are getting all the opportunities of industrial connects, case discussions, a very good exposure to what the practical world of the corporate world in supply chain and management is actually getting. So it's a, and along with that also, we get a holistic development in marketing, finance, and HRM subjects also, so that you can grow as a very good MBA student, not only concentrated to operations.
I can see a question that whether at SIBM Pune we get equal opportunities for entrepreneurship and startups. So we have a specialized course at SIBM Pune, which is INE, the Innovation and Entrepreneurship course. It offers specific orientation towards entrepreneurship, making you ready for businesses, for startups. Even we have grand pitches and other huge events going on currently in our campus. So it gives you plenty of opportunities as well as funding if required during the initial stages. So it's a great opportunity for you. If you really are interested for making your own startup or having that kind of knack, you can definitely try it out.
So there's a question on what's the process after SNAP exam specific to SIBM admission. So after your SNAP, in a while you'll be getting your scorecard, right? You'll get your percentile and you'll be shortlisted to the different colleges. So once you get a call from SIBM, the next process would be your group exercise and a personal interview. Group exercise at SNAP is, group exercise at SIBM is really amazing because it's very different, right? It's not a very average, it's not a average sort of a group discussion. It's an actual exercise where as a team, you need to figure out a lot of things. So after the group exercise, you will also have a personal interview wherein you will be interacting with faculty or somebody in an esteemed position, and they'll be judging you based on so many factors. So for me personally, that interview was sort of like a conversation itself, and the group exercise was also such an amazing opportunity to learn a lot. So yeah, that is the process.
I can see a question. Akash, you have asked the right thing. How do you handle pressure in that 1 hour of exam? And for that, especially in the next 2 days, we are launching our Nexus event. And in that, we are also taking an art of test taking session. And we are going to help you in building up that confidence and learning tricks about how to handle that pressure in that 1 hour and how to keep that calm and cool mind and attempt the maximum number of questions you can. So do subscribe to our channel and do join us for the next 3 days so that you can build up your confidence, boost your profile, and make it to your destination.
Okay, so Shyam Naik is asking a question. How much would you say is a safe score so that we would be taking this session next year? So, Shyam, I really hope you join SIBM Pune and take this session next year as a part of Aspirantation team. Coming to the safe score, see, this is a very dynamic exam and it keeps on changing every year. The thing is, let's say if this year exam is a little bit harder than previous year, then the cutoff score may go down, or if it is easier, it may go up. So you cannot definitely say that this is a safe score, but you should aim for a score like more than 40, 45, so that at least you will be on the safe side. I'm not saying that that will be the cutoff score, but that's something you can target while preparing to be on the safe side.
So someone has asked
I
this
see.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So, I can see a question that, I experienced a job loss during the recession, prompting my decision to pursue an MBA. So, there seems to be a year gap of 1.5 years. And is this a valid justification for the gap? So, first and foremost, I do understand that it might have been a really overwhelming period of time. Facing a recession, facing a job loss is one of the most difficult phases that you can go through, right? And I do understand that you may have gone through a lot of stress. But the fact that you decided to utilize this time to prepare yourself to pursue an MBA, that is commendable. So kudos to that. Of course, as long as your justification is valid, as long as your justification is honest, right? It's completely valid, right? And also, you can further enhance your profile, right, even during this gap with multiple other factors. It can be courses, it can be certifications, and so on and so forth. So during our event, we have a specific session dedicated to profile building. So I hope that that particular session is of a lot of use. So yeah, do keep heart, right? You can still justify your gap and
Mangesh has asked, is it important to give all three slots of exam? No, Mangesh, it is not mandatory to give all the three slots of exam, but it is your personal choice because SNAP considers the highest of the three. So if you are confident, you can take as many as you want. Otherwise, you can also give three. It's your personal choice.
Sahil has asked this question. No, Sahil, it is a completely free session. It is from 16th to 18th on our AIT Aspirant Relations team channel. So you can come there and watch it and just make your profile up to date.
there's a question on should engineering background students go for finance? There is no, there is no hard and fast rule. If you look at our panel, many of us are from the engineering background. I'm the HR. Me and Muskan, both of us are in HR. Mansa is in operations. So Athar is in marketing. So basically, there is no hard and fast rule, right? It all depends upon you, what your interests are, what your personal and professional goals are. So at SIBM, you'll get enough opportunities to really see if a particular specialization fits you. It can be through talks with others. It can be through psychometric tests, counseling sessions. So yeah, it depends upon you completely.
I see many questions regarding people asking they have bachelor in arts or they wanted to join ND or they did something in past. The thing is, there is no issue regarding any of that. Your background, your previous experience does not matter. What matters is what you gained from it. Like you gain some skills from it, you learn something from it. All that matters because eventually you're going to apply that in corporate work. So when you are applying for any B school, what they see is, will you be able to what skills do you bring to table? What will you bring to the corporate world? Will you be able to compete with the other students? So that's all they are going to see. Your past does not matter. Your potential is what matters.
Sahil, you are asking how much we have to pay for the profile sessions. You don't have to pay at all. Our event Nexus is a live event we are conducting on our official YouTube channel. You just have to join the session and be interactive there. You don't have to pay it.
Also, there are many questions on SNAP examination, as I can see. So let me get the things clear. There will be 3 attempts you can give for SNAP examination, one on 10 December, one on 17 December, and the other on 22nd December this year. So you can sit for as many as possible, but make sure after sitting for one examination, you prepare on your weaknesses and come back stronger. And it is definitely a student-friendly examination as compared to other MBA examinations. Since you get more attempts, you can navigate between sections. At the same time, there's no sectional cutoff. But since people mostly aim for one particular or 2, 3 particular colleges for symbiosis majorly, so the competition is definitely hard. But make sure that you're prepared properly. Every section, practice them properly. Have a proper mock strategy before SNAP. Start from now on itself. And please come to our Nexus session because it will really help you. We have a specific test taking session, as well as specialization session, as well as profile building session. I believe it will be a holistic experience for all of you, which will definitely enrich you all.
So I would just like to add one point to what my batchmate here said. So a lot of aspirants are asking how many attempts are good for the SNAP exam. So that also depends on you and how prepared you feel you are for the SNAP exam. So I personally gave all 3 attempts because I wanted to maximize my chances to come to SIBM Pune. And I used the first exam as sort of to get a feel of the exam. And the second and the third attempts, I gave my best and I improved on whatever I had done wrong in the first exam or the second exam. So again, that depends on you and how prepared you are.
So we can see a lot of questions and messages pouring in. We are so sorry if we are not able to answer all the questions. So as you can see, the number is keeping on increasing by the second, right? But we'll try our best to answer all the questions as possible. And the remaining questions, you can always reach out to us on our social media pages. The handles are also right there, so that we can directly respond to you. Another question I can see from Hardik is there, can we go in television network or entertainment industry production companies to SIBM? So if you check out the placement report of SIBM, you can see that there is such a healthy mix of different types of companies from different industries, right? So I would definitely recommend you to go to our official website, check out the placement report, and you'll have your answers right there. We have all sorts of industries coming in during our placements.
So Shreya is asking a question: what criteria is considered should be considered while selecting a specialization in MBA? So I think first thing you should consider is your own interest. In what area are you interested in? If you are interested in marketing, then you should choose marketing. If you're interested in operations, you should operations. So how to identify what you're interested in? So you can read a little bit about different specializations. You can learn about them. You can see what type of job roles they offer, and then you can make a decision that are you comfortable in doing that kind of job role or not? Is that something that interests you? So coming to the Nexus, which is our event, we will talk about specialization. You can follow that and you can see that what we are going to tell you a little bit more in detail about specialization there. So you will be able to decide a little better that what kind of specialization you should consider for an MBA.
So I can say the question, what is the difference between other MBA examinations like CAT and SNAP basically? So the preparation of SNAP is definitely a bit different. Although the basic preparation remains the same, but at the same time you need to practice because the verbal section, the logical reasoning sections are quite different, as you all know. And SNAP is also a time-based examination. So the more number of mocks you give, the more you analyze your weaknesses, the better it will be for you.
I can see not many times there are people are asking, are there any doctors on the campus? And it's a good news for you, not only doctors. We have a fully facilitated hospital in our campus and ambulance facilities also will be taken good care of because they will be attending 24/7.
So I can see a lot of questions about the return on investment, right? And it's such a valid parameter. I remember when I was searching for, comparing these schools, this was the first thing in my mind. Will I get a good, decent return on my investment? So if you look at our placement reports, let's take the placement report of last year. Average CTC in our final placements was 26.77 lakhs per annum, which is a very, very good number, right? And even for our summer internships, the median stipend was around 3.10 and the highest went up to 4.4. So I believe that that answers the question about the return on investment and the different placements. And if you look at the placement reports, it's consistent and the number is just on the rise. So yeah, let's see.
Shreya is asking how to choose specialization since I have no experience in any field. This was the same situation we were all facing a year back, but we can assure you now because in the coming Nexus event, we are also holding a specialization fair where we will be introducing and in detail explaining about every organization, every specialization our institute is offering. So you should attend it and you will get a good clarity about all the fields. And trust me, we don't have any bias here. You can choose any field you like and you can pursue your career in.
So Dharmik is asking a question about our interview experience and what type of question they ask. So even though we have a separate event for that, Coffee with SIBM, we'll talk more about interview experience and all. But I can tell you that when they're asking questions in interview, they just want to know you, who you are as a person, what potential do you have, what kind of skills do you have, what kind of knowledge do you have. So all through that, what you can do is you have to highlight the skills. If you will be able to compete with others in corporate world, do you have that potential or not? That's what they want to know. And that type of questions are all aimed towards that. And there is nothing like
Adding on to what,
Sorry,
yeah, hello.
sorry.
Yeah, adding on to what my friend said, I believe it's hello. Yeah. So I can see a question about the sports facilities at SIBM Pune. I believe I am a sports person myself, and the facilities at SIBM Pune are just wonderful. You have a school squash court over here. You have a badminton court. You have a 50-meter long swimming pool, Olympic-size swimming pool. What do you call it? You have a proper football ground over here as well. So sports facilities are tremendous over here. And if you get the opportunity to come to the Hilltop Heaven, it will do wonders for you.
So there is a question by Aniket about foreign exchange program. Yes, a lot of foreign exchange programs do roll into the campus, and it's absolutely up to you whether you want to choose it or not. So based on certain criteria, you can be selected, but it's absolutely up to you whether you want to go for the program or not. Okay, there is another question about the average package and whether the data is accurate. All the data that you see in the placement report at SIBM Pune is extremely accurate. I also had this question myself, right? And it's a very valid and valid confusion to have. So all the data is accurate. In fact, it is audited by a third party, right? And you can't see any sort of mix-up when it comes to the data that you see on the report.
I see a question that why did we choose SIBM Pune? Why only SIBM Pune? Why not we did not take a drop or something? So when we are choosing a B school, we look at what kind of career boost we get from that kind of experience. So even though we got good score in CAT exam as well, and we could have chosen some other college, including new IIMs and all. What we thought was when in my case, when I am talking about a B school, I look at the growth opportunity. For example, in SIBM Pune, we have a student-driven culture. We are representing SIBM Pune as admissions team of SIBM Pune at this platform. So because of this, we get a lot of exposure and we get ready for the corporate world. I looked at all the benefits which I will get, what type of career boost I will get through SIBM Pune. And through that, I decided that choosing SIBM Pune was a very good option for me. And now when I am at SIBM Pune, I can confidently say it was a very good decision.
Adding on to what Athar said, right? In fact, everybody here on this panel, most of us have scored well in other B-school exams as well, but we chose SIBM Pune over many other colleges. So, there is many a times this concept that only IIMs or only particular tags matter, but that's not at all the case, right? So, just when you're researching about a B school, do keep into mind all the other factors that go into it, right? And yeah, SIBM Pune is definitely worth it. And there is this question about how is life before and after SIBM Pune. It is just amazing. It is a roller coaster ride in itself, but it is amazing. And there's a lot of learning and fun at the same time.
I think I can see a question about the communication skills present over there. The communication skills is definitely important when you enter a B school. But at the same time, a college like SIBM Pune gives you that opportunity to constantly improve upon that. We have 9 councils over here and 6 SIGs, which gives you plenty of opportunities to communicate with different stakeholders, both outside as well as inside. So you get that practice and develop your communication skills. So after 2 years, you'll be a better version of yourself. That much I can guarantee you all.
There's a question on whether an introvert, right? Introvert or somebody who isn't very comfortable communicating more, can they be open to such a dynamic field? As Shudo mentioned a while ago, right? It's all about building your profile. Some of my friends in the campus, they came into the college and they were not very confident in speaking, but now they are best orators out there, right? So it's all about your willpower and your willingness to work on your own communication skills, because that's something that goes a long way. Being an introvert doesn't always necessarily mean that you can't speak as well, right? Being an introvert myself, it's all about how you present yourself. And this is an opportunity. Take this as an opportunity for you to enhance your personal as well as professional skill set.
I can see a question. How to convert SIBM Pune GPA round with such huge competition? It's true, it's a very huge competition, but you have to believe in yourself, show that dedication, and get a holistic knowledge. You should not stick to some particular topic, but try to gain as much knowledge, general knowledge, vocabulary knowledge, as much as you can. Try to use your background experience, academic experience, or if you have work experience, you can also use that. Try to gain as much knowledge and showcase it with very good interpersonal skills. Then exactly you can go through it. And join Nexus event will help you build your profile, art of test taking is going to take place. We can help you build that calm and cool structure, and we will also help you choose your specialization.
So I see Harsh Joshi sharing his profile and asking, is there any chance in getting accepted in SIBM Pune? I can tell you, there is total chance. You if you perform well in in the SNAP and you perform well in the GEPI process, you can join SIBM Pune. There is nothing limiting you. And for everyone, no matter what your profile is, as long as you are fulfilling the minimum eligibility criteria, it does not matter. You do your best in the SNAP exam, you do your best in the GPI process, and there is 100% chance of you getting in SIBM Pune if you perform well.
So Utkarsh is asking, will there be a different session for GDPI process? So yes, we have a flagship event called Coffee with SIBM, and we'll be talking about that in this session itself. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you there.
The summer internships, there are a lot of questions related to summer internships. Summer internship at SIBM is really, really amazing. If you look at the last year's package, you will see that, the mean stipend is 2.91, median is 3.1, and the highest stipend went up to 4.4 lakhs, right? And that is a lot of money. And it's not just about the money, right? The kind of job roles that you get, the kind of profiles that you get through SIBM Pune is really, really amazing. And the companies that visit the campus is also quite diverse, and they are companies that only visit Taiwan colleges. So yeah, the summer internships and the final placements are really amazing here.
Jatin is asking, how's your daily schedule at SIBM Pune? And some other people are also asking, how's your hostel there? If you haven't already checked our official Instagram page, we have uploaded a life at SIBM clip. And do follow our page for more snippets and amazing things. We are there for you.
So Ashleisha is asking, I am a chemical engineer. Is it good to go for operations and will it be useful? So Ashleisha, I can tell you, being a mechanical engineer myself, I can tell you that engineering background and operations, it does not mean, many people believe that if you can go in operations only when you have engineering background or something like that. It does not matter. See, what matters where your interest is. If you are interested in operation, definitely go for it. A background in chemical engineer, it might help you if you choose a certain company for but it does not matter as much. What I'm telling you is more your interest matter more than what your background is. Your interest, your potential, and your skills, that would matter more.
So all I can say about our figures for summer internship this year is our highest stipend has gone to 4.5 lakhs for 2 months. Our average stipend is 3.23 for 2 months, and our median stipend is 3 for 2 months. That's all I can say. The rest of information you will get in our official website. Thank you.
Sahil is asking, how should we distribute our time or what should be our approach while solving the paper? It's quite personalized question and quite subjective because we have to play on our strengths when it is a speed-based test like SNAP. And there are no sectional cutoffs and you can navigate from one section to the other. So start giving some mocks. Try to figure out where you are strong enough, which topics are in your favor, and try to maximize your score. You have to take advantage when you don't have any sectional cutoff.
Okay, I see a very interesting question. How have you tackled monotonousness during preparation? We do understand that the preparation phase is a little bit of a overwhelming journey, right? And after a point of time, you get tired. I remember the thoughts that I had at that point, like, I'm like preparing, working, preparing, and it's just a lot, right? It can be very, very stressful as well. So there is this particular session that we are organizing, like we already mentioned a couple of times, wherein we are going to talk to you about the art of test taking. In that particular session, we'll talk to you about how to create a healthy routine, which not only encompasses preparation, but also other aspects of your life. But in very brief, another tip that I can give you here is that don't only study, right? Because after a point, you will burn out, you will, stop liking or enjoying the process of studies, and instead try to create a very healthy routine where there's a mix of everything. So that is how I personally tackled it, and we'll be talking more about this at Nexus.
So I can say a question, what is the major difference between MBA with a specialization and a general management MBA? So the most important difference is that with specialization, you get the time to dive deep into the specialization that you have chosen. So one of the many USPs of SIBM Pune is that we get to choose a specialization. So because like I have chosen HR, so I'm getting to dive into all the aspects of HR from the first year itself. And we'll be talking about this more in our specialization fair, which is the first day of our Nexus. And you'll get to know about the different specialization, what specialization suits you, and then you can take a decision for yourself as well.
And as I can see, many of you are freshers coming directly out of college. Many of you have gap years. Many of you are from diverse backgrounds. Like few of you are architects. You are doctors or maybe other backgrounds. So in the profile building session, which we are having on the 18th, we'll definitely cover all these points. We'll have people from those backgrounds will share their own experiences and what happens after coming to a B school. You definitely will get all those guidances over there.
Ishita is asking, fresher without work experience and average grades, do they have a? I can, I being a fresher myself with a 3 years of gap and with average grades, I can tell you it is totally possible. You just have to crack the SNAP exam and appear for the GPI process, and you have to do your best. If you are able to crack this, then you will definitely be able to join. That past experience, that being a fresher or not having a work experience, does not matter that much.
I have seen a few times you asking, is there any sectional cutoff? No, Snap doesn't have any sectional cutoff. You can navigate through the paper and you can maximize your skills.
Okay, so I can see a question about when is the art of test taking session. So you can see the slide right now, right? We will be explaining this in a lot of detail in a while. But yeah, the art of test taking will be on the 17th of October, 2023. Okay, so we will take some moment to take a pause, right? And we'll be explaining what Nexus is all about, which is our upcoming event, right? After that, we'll of course continue with the questions and we'll clear as many questions as possible. So let me invite Athar to explain.
So we would like to present to you our brand new event, which is Nexus 2023. We are launching the first edition of Nexus, where we will be empowering the next us. Through this 3-day saga, our vision is to add value to your lives and to your B school preparation. We would like to invite you all to join us on our YouTube channel, Aspirant Team, SIBM Pune. As we go live at 9 p.m. starting this Monday, you can scan the QR code visible on the screen, subscribe to our page, and turn on the reminder for the event so that you do not miss the sessions which we are planning for you. Let me paint a bigger picture of Nexus. As mentioned, on October 16, that is the upcoming Monday, we'll be joining you live at 9 p.m. The event is on 3 different days from 16th to 18th of October. Each day features something different and unique. We'll be covering different days in more detail in the future slide. Now, the cherry on the cake is that Nexus is not coming alone. We will also be launching our very own mock test on Unstop, Snaptitude. It will be a 60-minute mock test simulating Snap. And we believe that Snaptitude will give you an opportunity to test your Snap readiness and challenge yourself. And it will also be super helpful for actual Snap exam. And guess what? Snaptitude comes with exciting prizes worth 35,000 rupees. And for the top 10 winners, one of your Snap attempt is on us. We are going to gift you one extra Snap attempt absolutely free of cost. If you have already paid for all 3 attempts, you will get money for one attempt refunded. The top 10 would also get a free subscription to Hindustan Times Premier yearly subscription, where you will get access to high quality news and insightful content throughout the year. And as I already told, for verbal part, you have to study newspaper daily, you have to read it daily to improve on that. So this will help you with that also. And the best part is yet to come. The winners get to have Snapchat. It is it's a session, for example, one-on-one mentoring session with our seniors, the second year MBA student. So you can clear your doubts, about your career, about the opportunities and everything. We would also pair you up with a study buddy who will be one of us from Aspirant team, and we'll be a support system throughout the journey towards cracking Snap. So all this in just one test. Do not miss the opportunity. And now Muskan will be taking you through the 3 days of Nexus in more detail.
Okay, so day one features the specialization fair, where we'll be diving into the various specializations offered at SIBM Pune. Very often, choosing a specialization might be quite confusing, and you may be grappling with the decision of choosing a specialization. So, through this session, we'll talk about not just the specializations, but also the placement opportunities, the companies, the job roles offered, etc., under each of the specialization. Day 2 is your chance to learn the art of test taking that we have mentioned before in the session as well. So, we'll share various strategies to ease your preparation journey and build yourself personally. So, topics such as how to create an optimum routine and work life balance, sustaining motivation, and so on, these all will be covered in day 2. Day 3 is how the saga ends. It is an insightful session on how to enhance your profile and make it MBA ready. So all your confusions related to profile building and your background, all of these will be addressed in this session. Now, before we wrap up today's session, Mansa would introduce you to our flagship event that we have also talked about in the session. Mansa, you can take over.
Thank you, Muskan. Coffee with SIBM is a session where we would be coming to you and meeting you in person. We'll share last mile strategies on Snapchat, GEPI, and everything about SIBM Pune. For this purpose, we would like to know what is your preference and where would you like us to visit this year. So I would like to request all of you to take out a minute, scan the QR code, and fill the form. We are all in this together and we'll make up to this hill week together. So stay tuned for more updates. Hope you are having an amazing week ahead. And don't forget to join us this Monday for Nexus. We are promised to chasing away all those Monday blues and build your profile more stronger. Thank you.
Okay, and since we can see a lot of questions pouring in, right? We are absolutely fine to continue with the questions and resolve as many queries as possible. So we'll be here with you for some more time, so you can keep posting your questions in the chat box. Okay, we can see questions related to Snaptitude. Is it available for everybody? Are there any charges? Snaptitude is absolutely free of cost. It will be available on Unstop pretty soon, right? And we'll keep you updated on it. So yeah, it is available for all. If any of the QR, like if you're facing any issue with scanning the QR code, I'll also share some of the links here so that you can directly go or click the link and follow our quiz.
Prashant is asking how can we manage time for preparation while doing job? Me and Pooja and Muskan, we were also doing job when we were preparing for SNAP exam. And it is completely a subjective question here again, because you have to take out time for your preparation after job, before going to the office. You have to create a dedicated timetable for it and follow that schedule diligently. That's how you can easily manage the time without mixing up things.
I see a question regarding the batch size. So one of the biggest USPs of SIBM Pune is the fact that we have a very small batch size of just 180, right? So yeah, that is a big, big advantage and one of the factors I considered while choosing SIBM Pune over so many other colleges.
So just to clarify something regarding the upcoming event Nexus, it's totally free of cost. All sessions, including profile building, are free of cost. The test aptitude, it is free of cost. So you don't have to pay anything for that. I see many doubts regarding that in the chat box. So I just have to clarify.
And for all updates regarding Snaptitude and Nexus, you can also follow our WhatsApp and Telegram channels because we keep posting regular updates on all our events there.
Someone is asking, is there any way to connect to us? So you can connect us on the LinkedIn. We can share your LinkedIn profile in this chat box. So you might be able to connect us through that, and you can always approach us. We are here to help you. You can ask us your doubts and whatever problems you are facing during the preparation journey or regarding admission to SIBM Pune.
And as per the fact of personal counseling, as Athar has priorly mentioned, our Snaptitude also offers a mentorship session with MBA2 students, that is our senior, and we are also offering our buddy mentoring session so that we can also connect with you.
I can see a question. So in our Nexus, in the third day of profile building, you'll be having people from diverse backgrounds, diverse work experience coming and sharing their experience. So do stay tuned and just live the experience.
There's a question regarding will all the three attempts in SNAP be considered? Yes, all the three attempts will be considered, but only the highest mark will, will be taken into account. So basically, let's say you have scored 34, 38, and 44 marks, let's say. So only the 44 will be taken into account. So basically, the more attempts you take, your chances are getting maximized, but there is no mandate that you have to attend, 3 or 2 attempts as well. So yeah. I can see a question about how to deal with negative thoughts, how to deal with this anxiety, how to stay motivated. Being a practicing psychologist myself, I do understand that this is the time where a lot of different and difficult thoughts creep in, right? You may be comparing your mocks with others, you may be thinking about a preparation strategy, you are finding it difficult to manage your time with everything else that is going on. You may not be able to feel a connection with those around you. So a lot of things go on during this phase, right? And I would say that it's a very subjective thing how you deal with the negative thoughts. But the particular session that we talked about, art of test taking, which will be there on October 17th, may answer a lot of these questions. It might help you find ways to cope with your stress, find ways to connect with the present moment around you, deal with all of those thoughts in more detail. I'm not going into this answer in a lot of detail because it's very subjective in nature, but just know that we are here for you. You can connect with us anytime on our LinkedIn or social media pages, and we are happy to answer more.
So I can see a question on the hospitality industry. Quite a few of our batchmates are from the hospitality industry completely. Even some of them are dentists or doctors. All those people will be there in the profile building session. You can get a taste of all their profiles, how to build their profiles, and how to be up to date in their MBA journey. So do stay tuned on 18th and follow our session for more details.
I can see a question from Vishal. It's regarding the installment, of loans and as such. So basically, this is a little bit outside of our area of expertise because everybody has a different way of, approaching the fee structure, right? So what we would request you is to please send us an email on admissionsteam@sibmpune.edu.in. We'll forward that to the concerned department, and this query will be cleared as soon as possible. Okay, so there is this question, if one doesn't have specific knowledge about the graduation, how to answer it or to mention it properly. So yes, your background, academics are considered, but it's all about, um, brushing up your basics, brushing up your foundation and enhancing your knowledge, right? It might be difficult, but you may have to take that basic step of brushing up what you have already learned, right? At least the basics of it. If you have the notes, well and good, but you have other sources nowadays, right, such as courses, certifications, YouTube videos, and so on and so forth.
Ishita is asking, are there literature students in SIBM? Yes, Ishita, there are literature students. Our campus and batch has diverse backgrounds. Like me, I am from freelancing background. So literature students are absolutely there. Even doctors, music background, everybody is accepted into SIBM.
All right. So due to the paucity of time, we may have to take your leave right now. But we can see that you have asked a lot of questions, and thank you so, so, so much for being here at this time of the day on a weekend, right? So all of those folks to whom we haven't been able to answer, we are extremely sorry, but the time was a bit limited. What we can, how we can help you further is that please do tune in to our event, which is Nexus, which is coming on 16th. So you'll get a lot of chance to get all your specific queries resolved, right? And you gain a lot more clarity as well in the different questions that you had. For example, if you have any questions about specializations, confusions related to it, you have a specific section on that. You have section related to how to build your profile and enhance it further, and so on and so forth, right? So please do come for Nexus, and you'll get more time to, get all your queries resolved. So. How to join Nexus? Yes, so you can visit our YouTube channel, and we'll be displaying yes, we have displayed the QR code there on the slide, right? Just scan the QR code, subscribe to our channel, and keep a reminder for the session. You can also join our Instagram, where we'll keep on updating you with all of this information. So yeah, you can join any of our social media pages, and you can join in our Nexus, and you'll get more time to get all your queries resolved. Thank you so much for your patience and your time. Yes, thank you for all the positive feedback as well. We'll join you all soon and hope you have a great weekend ahead and a great week. Yes, thank you.